Hey there, I'm Simon Spalding and welcome to Simon's Cinema. Okay, positive vibes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I just watched the Emoji Movie. Here's what I think of it. So the Emoji Movie, or as I like to call it, a feature-length commercial for smartphone apps, was released this summer to wide critical trashing. The story takes place in a smartphone owned by a high school freshman named Alex, and in the world of the emojis, every emoji can only have one expression that they're supposed to be really good at for when they're called upon to be put into a text. The main character is a meh emoji named Gene, voiced by TJ Miller, who I actually kinda like. Now, Gene is a real special emoji because he can make multiple expressions, and if you don't realize that that's going straight for the "you're so unique in your own special way" vibe, welcome to your first movie, folks. So now that I have the basic plot out of the way, let's dive deeper into the Emoji Movie, the worst animated movie I've ever seen. And I've seen Norm of the North.
Someone's coming. Act natural. Not that natural.
Why do I do this to myself? So before I unload a torrent of insults on this movie, let me just try to find a couple positives that can come out of this movie. Really, the one thing that I could kinda give this movie praise for is for it being bright and colorful, but I mean, what else do you expect from a kid's movie? I mean, you have to keep the kids' attention somehow. Also, this isn't really a positive thing, but they cast Patrick Stewart as the poop emoji. So it's kinda humorous that I can say that Patrick Stewart voiced a cartoon hunk of poop. So with Gene being a meh emoji, he's supposed to be meh about everything, meaning whatever, meh. And both his parents are meh emojis as well. There's an entire subplot dedicated to whether Mary and Mel are gonna stay together. Why are those names so forced? So coming off of that terrible joke, let me talk about some of the other jokes in this movie. Some of my favorite jokes from this movie include, "You're so soft, poop. Not too soft, I hope." Along with, "I can finally be the meh I was meh to be." And finally, Gene asks a clock emoji, "Is that the time?" And the clock responds, "Hey, my eyes are up here." Isn't that just comedic gold? So yeah, there is not one joke in this movie that goes any deeper than barely scraping surface level. I think I smirked one time throughout this entire movie. I never even chuckled once at a joke in this movie. Now let's talk about the product placement in this movie. There's entire scenes dedicated to Candy Crush, Just Dance, YouTube, and Twitter, and Dropbox is a crucial plot point in this movie, that they have to get to Dropbox, to get to the cloud, to get out of the phone. Because the 6-year-olds in the audience really love Dropbox. Speaking of kids, let's talk about the fact that this is clearly aimed at kids, and the entire message of the movie is about how millennials are so caught up in their phones all the time. But this movie doesn't condemn it. It embraces it, as if every aspect of your life should revolve around your phone and technology. And this is what happens when a bunch of corporate suits get together and make a movie that they think tweens and pre-tweens are just gonna eat up because, oh, it's a movie about emojis. Those are a popular thing, right? This movie is insulting on just about every level when it comes to that. Even in the opening narration, T.J. Miller says something like, kids' attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, and they're getting even more wrapped up in their phones, and you're probably not even listening to me right now. Good to see you really respect your audience there, movie. And at the end of the movie, Alex, the kid who owns the smartphone, sends an emoji created by Gene to his crush that has multiple expressions in one, even though that's the exact opposite of what emojis are. They're all one expression for one specific thing, but let's throw all logic out the window, because when his crush sees him, she tells him, I really like that you're one of those guys who can actually express his feelings. Well, I feel like expressing a lot of feelings right now, but I'm gonna leave my feelings up to interpretation because I trust that everyone watching this is smart enough to figure out how stupid that is. So just out of curiosity, let's take a look at some of the positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie. Right now it sits at 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, which means 9% of the critics who reviewed this liked it and gave it a 6 out of 10 or higher. 9% is too high for this movie. 1% is too high for this movie. One singular positive review is more praise than this movie deserves. Here's one. Jim Shembry of 3AW, whatever that is, writes, what a fine, funny, family-friendly film the Emoji Movie is. Okay, he was definitely paid to say that. Mario P. Zickelli, whatever, that name's impossible to pronounce, writes, characters nothing original and an argument that only takes advantage of the fashion of communication by gestures to do something banal and superfluous. What? Do you know that you're reviewing the Emoji Movie? Marcos Gandia writes, in its TV animation of the 80s and its incongruities of style, perhaps reflects the strange present that we are living better than Pixar and its first-level competitors. Did you just say that the Emoji Movie did something better than Pixar? Ooh boy, we got us a doozy here. Betsy Bozdek writes, positive messages, but colorful adventure is only meh. Okay, so apparently all you need to make a good movie is to have positive messages. Throw everything else that makes a compelling piece of visual media out the window. Just put some positive messages in there and you got yourself a good movie. So yeah, if you can't tell, I wouldn't recommend this movie to anyone. If you're a teen or a young adult, don't watch this movie. Don't support this movie in any way. Don't watch it ironically like I did. Don't illegally download it. Why would you even want to illegally download the Emoji Movie anyway? And if you're the parent of a small child, I would recommend you show your kid The Wolf of Wall Street or a Serbian film before you show them the Emoji Movie. At least those movies offer something that could challenge their minds in some way, which is what kids' movies need to do. I'm gonna give the Emoji Movie a poop emoji out of 10. Thanks everyone for clicking on this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos like it. And tell me your thoughts on the Emoji Movie. Thanks everyone and have a great day.